Hi everyone, this is Lily and we are looking at unconscious mind writing. Now, unconscious mind writing, if you're listening to this interview and you haven't yet listened to conscious mind and subconscious mind interviews that we've done in relation to writing, within both contexts, we suggest you strongly do so for perspective in relation to writing and the process, walking and application of writing from within and as your unconscious mind. Now, as we've explained, also if you haven't listened to the interview, Unconscious Mind Thought Manifestations, strongly suggest do so, as it'll give context and perspective for this video interview. And your unconscious mind writing, also very important to note, is to stick to the point that one reacted to or experienced or became within one's unconscious mind thought manifestation experience. Because as we've explained within the previous video interviews, the mind has a tendency to jump timelines based on reactions, because it stores or imprints or saves moments, events, and experiences from one's external reality into itself in relation to reactions or energy charges and experiences, rather than an actual timeline or space-time occurrence of actual events. And that's why many times it is so difficult to try and sort something out within one's own mind, because it jumps so fast, and also because one is not yet the actual directive principle of self within self, the mind can easily manipulate self to go into various sorts of directions in terms of trying to find solutions that will obviously only serve its own interest, because in doing that it's kind of saying, well, you're not taking directive principle here within the situation, so give the floor to me. I'll take you to a direction that will serve me. And then obviously one will walk into the consequence of accepting and allowing the mind as a separate system to direct, control and influence self, rather than self taking responsibility for a point. So with your writing of the unconscious mind, let's use the reaction towards the aunt that we utilized in the subconscious mind writing video, wherein one experienced a physical behavioral change towards someone, where one kind of start changing one's physical human body to emulate or represent another person within a particular moment, because of a desire, want, need to be like or as them, from a reaction perspective of seeking that attention or experience of being popular. And one then, as one has done one's writing of the subconscious mind, as we have explained within the previous video interview of subconscious mind writing, one take it through to your unconscious mind writing. Now here, it is going to take attention to detail, to be as specific as possible, to see how it is that you accept and allow yourself to change your physical body within a particular moment. It might be difficult because one is so totally not here in one's human physical body in any way whatsoever, and one might even actually start realizing and understanding this when one get to one's actual point of introspection and investigation of how one changed one's physical in particular specific moments. Sometimes you'll maybe just see or experience or be able to find one point where you changed yourself, like you maybe stood up more straight, and that's what you remembered. Remembrance of yourself in past experiences, events or moments is predominantly related to the extent of your awareness in your physical. I mean, if you don't remember, it obviously means you weren't here. You were in your mind, participating or being, or within a actual domain position within your mind consciousness system, because the actual physical space-time events, your self-awareness was not in fact here. Therefore you don't remember yourself, basically. You remember your mind, but not your actual self-participation in reality. So therefore do not accept and allow yourself to judge yourself if you cannot yet see, identify, or remember how you changed your physical. It will, as you walk, your conscious, subconscious mind start developing in specificity, where you'll be able to go back and really see, identify, realize, and understand with clarity the actual specific, meticulous changes that one has gone through within a process of a moment of walking one's mind. So your actual application of writing of your unconscious mind, one writes out how it is that you changed your actual physical only in the context of that one moment and that one point. I'm emphasizing again to be very, very specific and directive about your writing. Make sure it is space-time related, not mind, energy, reactive related, where you jump various points, experiences towards various other people that open up a whole Pandora's box of your total mind consciousness system. We have to walk at one point at a time and make sure you take that point through into its completion to be able to direct, manifest, and create an actual real self change. So with your writing, again, just within this last interview of your conscious, subconscious, and unconscious mind, just pulling it through of the whole process of writing out an event. So obviously from your conscious mind application, it's your application of stopping participation in the thoughts, breathing, being here, with your physical, your subconscious mind, taking it to the writing of identifying what was the internal backchat towards a particular person, what was the energy that emerged as emotions or feelings. Just write out only those parts, those components, and the contents and the substance of those parts and those components. Where you, for example, taking the example of the aunt, you see, realize, and remember the actual internal conversations that emerge of, I want to be like that. How I was thinking about, you can write it like, for example, I was thinking about how I could change myself to be like her, because I was in my mind just speaking about how it is that she's getting the attention from everyone around her, and I really liked that, and I wanted to experience that and be that, and she represents something that I really would like to be and become and experience. And I've always felt like I've never gotten the attention that I would like to have, and she has that. You know, that's an example of internal conversation, backchat. And then one can write the reactions that one had within that. I felt a desire to experience that. I felt a need pull me towards her. There was a jealousy that came up within me towards her, because she has what I wanted to have, and I experienced like a sense of being able to relate to her in a way, because I saw myself in her, and so I experienced that I could become that. You know, word what it is that you were thinking and experiencing and feeling. That's from your subconscious mind. And then sticking only to the person, only to the event. This is basically what we're emphasizing in these interviews. Sticking to your space-time events, sticking to writing one point at a time. And you'll understand why when we get to the self-forgiveness and the self-corrective application. So, and then from your unconscious mind, you write out, how did my physical behavior change? I noticed that I started wanting to stand up more straight. I now and then checked her out and made sure my eyes were the same, my smile was the same, my stance was the same, my behavior was the same. And I moved my legs and I moved my bum into itself and tucked in my tummy and perched my breasts and fiddled with my clothes, right out as much detail as you can, the physical, unconscious. And then what do you see you have in front of you? You have your whole platform of this entire system that came up within yourself. And if you want to challenge yourself and go one step further, you can have a look at, what does this one whole system represent? Meaning, why did I go into the system? What is this personality? What is it that I want that I've seen in another? And if you can then source the point of, popularity, then that is cool, because then okay, this is a desire, want, a need within me, and then you can work with that as well. So again, if you require support and assistance with finding that one additional point, you can join the ITD forums. And within the Destiny Eye process, we're walking you through an actual process with an as a buddy, step by step, in being able to see these total system manifestations in the detail that it consists of and exists as, where we walk through what's referred to as mind constructs, your mind constructions, as these personality manifestations that emerge towards people. And you are step by step guided through your total mind consciousness system in seeing, realizing, and understanding how self is actually existing as these total personality mind construction platforms, which is also suggested to consider, as the specificity and detail and precision involved in that process will be extremely beneficial in assisting and supporting self to walk through the mind. And a side point to note and to mention in relation to this example that we'll also do within interviews and just explain in more detail, we're not saying that wanting to be or become like someone is wrong or bad. Just as a note in relation to the example used, it is about the starting point that one utilizes. And remember, we're in the process of getting to know how it is that we operate, function, and exist. And that is in essence what you do through writing. So write out everything that one sees is becoming most prominent within one's interactions and reactions with self, so that you can get to the starting point, source point of why it is that we are who, how, what, where, and when we are within ourselves in relation to our world and our reality. Okay, and that is the writing support and assistance. Please remember, it is not just about writing, and to advance yourself to the next interviews of self-forgiveness, writing is your first step. The next step within and after your writing is your self-forgiveness and your self-corrective application. Thank you.